All right, and we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Matt to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. What's up, everybody? Hope y'all having a great day. I would say a great week, but it's only Monday, so hope y'all are going to have a great week. And you will have a great week as long as you make it a great week. That's a fact. We got a cool little podcast topic for y'all today, doing a little something different than what we've done before. But before we do it, we're going to take a minute. And since we're coming up on the last few days of January, I just want to take a second to reflect on the first month of 2024. So stop what you're doing, take a second, ask yourself, how has this month been for you? Have you done what you said you were going to do? Have you stuck to your New Year's resolutions? We're only 1 month in. So the answer should be yes. If you can't do it for 1 month, then come on now. You probably should have never set that goal in the first place, or you should have set a more realistic goal if you've already stopped. Because we're only 1 month in. You could do anything for 1 month. Come on now, you can. If you can't, then maybe it wasn't the right time for you to do that goal or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So just reflect on your month. Have you done what you said you're going to do? Have you created a habit around it? If you hadn't, have you at least made progress towards that goal? Or have you started developing some habits so where you can implement that into your everyday routine? So if your goal, for instance, was to start working out in 2024, well, you may not have gone 5 or 6 days a week, and hey, that's fine. But as long as you went 3 or 4 days a week, that's going to help you start developing that habit of going to the gym, fitting it into your everyday routine, not making excuses. So it takes small steps. Don't try to go all in at once because it's not going to happen. Start with one little step at a time, and as you get comfortable, as you make that a habit, then you can add stuff onto it later. So don't just say I'm gonna start working out 6 days a week because let's be real, if you ain't working out at all, you ain't gonna do that. Start with 3, make that a habit, then go to 4, make that a habit, and so on. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, take this time, reflect on what you have done, reflect on what you haven't done, and reflect on where you're at with your goal. Say if your goal was to lose 10 pounds, well, how many pounds have you lost so far? You need to track this, measure it so that you know that you're making progress. Take some progress pictures in the mirror. This is going to help you see that progress better. If you're not tracking your results, then you don't really know if you made any progress or not. So make sure you're tracking it. I suggest tune in at least once a month and do it towards the end of the month and reflect on the month. Like what did you do the good that month? What didn't you do that month? What do you need to implement better or implement different in the next month? So just use the last day or two of the month to reflect back on what you did and what you didn't do. That way we stay on track to hitting that goal. Whatever it is that you set out January 1st to do, make sure that you're making progress towards that goal each and every month. And if you're not, hey, guess what? It's not the end of the world. You can get right back on it the next month. Say January you lost 10 pounds. That's good. It's going to get closer to your goal. Then say February you had a bad month. It's Mardi Gras, went a little too heavy on the alcohol, had a good time Mardi Gras. Hey, you put on 5 pounds. Like you put 5 pounds back on. Well, it's not the end of the world. Guess what? You're still down 5 pounds total. You just got to get back on it the next month, and you'll eventually get to wherever it is you're trying to get. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the podcast for the day. And today's podcast topic is top 10 fitness trends that are trending right now in 2024. And yeah, there's plenty of other trends. These are just 10 that I picked that I think are good ones. There's plenty more out there. And if you like this style podcast, let me know. We can do another one. But I picked 10 just for today. And we're just going to talk about them. What I think about them. Do I think they're good? Do I think they're of Pros and cons of them. What they actually are. And things like that. So let's hop into trend number 1, which is virtual fitness experiences. So obviously, it being 21st century, everybody has smartphones. Everybody has YouTube. Everybody can do live streams. This is becoming more and more of a thing. And I think it's a good thing, but only for some people. Because some people actually will attend like a virtual fitness class and get good results and benefits from it and actually enjoy it. but then it's going to be too convenient for some people to where they just don't participate in it. So there's several different kinds of virtual fitness experiences. You can literally just look up a YouTube video and follow the video and work out that way. Yeah, that's one way you can do it. Or there's people that do live stream workouts, so you can hop on somebody's like live workout that they're it's like a coach basically. Like when you go to a group fitness class at the gym, they're going to coach you. Well, they'll do that online nowadays, and you can literally just join them. And most time you can do a lot of them for free. So there's different ways you can do it, and it's very, very convenient. You can work out literally in your living room, in your bedroom, on your back porch, wherever, in your backyard, wherever you're gonna work out at, you can do it. So it's super convenient. There's a big variety. There's all kinds of different fitness coaches out there that do different kinds. You can do yoga workouts, Pilates, HIIT workouts, strength training, body weight. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. I mean, literally, pretty much every type of fitness coach is doing these online, and they are very flexible. They're flexible because you don't have to tune into them live. A lot of people will upload the recording of it, or you can watch a YouTube video and literally use it anywhere, anytime. It's very flexible. You can fit your workouts into your schedule, no matter what time of the day it is, or however long you got. If say you only have 15 minutes to work out, well, guess what? They got 15-minute workouts on YouTube that you can look up. It makes it super, super easy, super, super flexible. So that's some good things about them. The cons, you lack that personal interaction. So since you're not in person, you're not getting that gym atmosphere. Sometimes it's hard to work out at home, and I find this hard myself. I actually have a gym in my garage, so I basically have everything you need for a full workout in my garage. And this is the main thing that makes it hard for me to work out in my garage is it lacks that gym atmosphere. Like when I get in the gym, there's nothing else in there but to work out. Like I put my headphones in, don't have no distractions, and I'm there to work out. That's the only thing I'm there to do. But when I'm at home working out, I have all these other distractions at home. Like I have things in my house I could be doing. I have chores I need to be doing. I have my wife at home telling me to do things around the house. I got my dog in there that I could go play with. There's a lot of distractions at home that keeps you from wanting to work out at home. So that's why I actually prefer going to the gym, because when I'm at the gym, I know that's my gym time and I'm only there to work out, and that's all I'm there for. I don't have no other distractions. I don't have nothing stopping me or preventing me from getting a good workout in. So that's one con. Another con is just technical issues. Your Wi-Fi may be bad, or for some reason your TV goes out or whatever. There's all kinds of technical issues. Technology is good until technology don't want to work. But mostly you're just going to have internet problems. What you can do to get around this is you can download the video. So if you're going to do a video on YouTube, you can download it ahead of time so that it's ready to go when it's your time to work out that day. But technical issues, I mean, we all pretty much know how to use technology nowadays. It's such a part of our everyday life that this is not really a huge issue. But yeah, virtual fitness experiences, these are already on the rise. They're already growing, and I think they're going to keep getting bigger. You're going to see a lot of your regular gym classes going to start transitioning. This really boomed during COVID because you literally couldn't go to the gym. So this is where we see this trend arising is from the COVID. But I think they're here to stay. But my prediction is this will start to die off a little bit. Like people will start going back to the gym. Do I think it'll go completely away? No. I think there's always a space for this because there is people that need that flexibility. They can do it whenever. But I think people like personal interaction more than you realize. Like people like to get in the gym and see other people and talk to other people. So you get that personal connection. You get that gym atmosphere. And I know I do for sure. So I think other people will start to go back to this rather than working out in your living room. I think it'd be having a good mix of both would be good. So like the days that you can't make it to the gym, pulling up a YouTube video at home and following that workout is a great way to like kind of substitute that workout that you normally would do at the gym. So fitness trend number 2, high intensity interval training, otherwise known as HIIT, HIIT. So the pros of this is just efficiency. You can achieve pretty good results in a short amount of time. They're pretty intense workouts. They're real fast pace with short breaks. You basically do like a circuit of workouts, and you get short rest in between each workout. And it's very fast paced. Yeah, you can build some muscle, but really it's just for cardio. Your heart rate's going to be real high. It's basically like just a fat burning workout. It's going to boost your metabolism, burn calories, things like that. Um, and so those are some of the pros, but the cons is there's a big potential of injury. So these like high impact workouts can lead to injuries if they're not done properly. And the reason I say it's bad because when you're tired, when you're exhausted, you're not going to do the workouts with the right technique. Like when you may start out doing good, you may start out just fine because you're fresh, you're not exhausted, but halfway through that workout, you're going to be gassed, you're going to be winded, so your form is going to start to deteriorate over time, and you're going to get hurt. Like a lot of people get hurt doing hits, so that's why I don't necessarily recommend hit workouts. I mean, yeah, they're good, they work for sure. A lot of people see good results, but there is a high risk for injury. I don't think you should start out with these. Maybe you should work your way up to these, but maybe not do them when you're brand new, when you're still learning technique. I would learn all your form, technique, and get a good base cardio level going before you start doing these. I mean, yeah, you can jump straight into doing these, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would say learn the basics first and then hop into these because they are pretty good workouts, and you can get them whole workout in like 20 to 30 minutes. Like you really don't have to do it that long. And not everybody enjoys these super high intensity workouts. Some people do. Some people love them. It gets their heart rate up, gets them going, gets that adrenaline going, which I see. I like that. But it's not it for everybody. Not everybody enjoys that type of workout. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. All right, fitness trend number 3, wearable fitness technology. So this is getting bigger and bigger every day, and I still think it's going to keep growing. Like it's going to keep getting bigger. People are starting to realize that tracking these metrics they're pretty good. Like it's pretty useful to track them. You can track your sleep, track your steps, track your calories, track your heart rate. I mean, they're getting these smart watches and things are getting more and more smart every day. It helps you monitor your progress, monitor your heart rate, monitor your sleep patterns. Like there's really no downside to tracking all these metrics. It's also good for motivation. You can set goals and you can literally receive real-time feedback. Your watch literally will tell you exactly what's going on. And then just the simple integration of these devices is super easy because they literally just sync with your smartphone. You can see all the metrics on your phone or on the fitness apps or on your watch, and it's super, super easy. They lay it out where it's very easy to read, and it'll even describe like what each metric means and what your levels mean, if they're good, bad, low, high, things like that. They can be kind of high in price though. So like the costs can be a downside of it. Can be fairly expensive, but a lot of them are pretty affordable nowadays. And you can get some older ones now that are still very, very good, but you can get them for cheaper. If you get an Apple Watch or whatever, that's what I wear. My Apple Watch is like a Series 6, so it's several years old now, but I still use it, and I think it works pretty well for what I'm going to use it for. They also have the Oura rings out now, which I really, really like, and I really want one, but I just don't want to pay that much for one because I'm not that serious about it. They're like $400, and then you have to pay for a subscription service on top of that. So I'm just gonna hold off on those for now. But I do think those are very good, and I think they're actually probably a little more accurate than wearing an Apple Watch. So I will get one day, just not right now. And then another con of these is just the accuracy. Some of these devices are not super, super accurate. Yeah, they'll give you a pretty good like base understanding that's pretty close, but it's not going to be dead on. Like they're not going to be super accurate. So that can be a con, but it's still going to give you a good idea of where you're at and what you need to be working on to get better. It's not going to be like completely off, but it's also not going to be 100% accurate. But they're pretty accurate for the most part. They're good enough for 99% of people. I mean, only the extreme people will need something even more accurate. And honestly, if you're that extreme, you're probably not wearing an Apple Watch anyways. You're doing something beyond that. So fitness trend number 4, mindful movement. So this one's a little different. This is like for example, this is like yoga or Pilates. So mindful movement can be good for stress reduction. It can improve your mental well-being through mindful practices. So it's like yoga is kind of relaxing, it's kind of peaceful. Flexibility, obviously, this is a big one. Yoga, you're going to be stretching. It's good for your flexibility. Enhance joint mobility and reduce muscle stiffness. Obviously, that's a good thing for everybody, not just females, whether you think yoga is just for females or not. And inclusivity. So it's suitable for various age groups and fitness levels. So normally you do these in a group class setting. So there's going to be other people in there with you. So there's good like vibe, good group class feeling. So you're in there with other people. And then some cons would just be the intensity. It may not appeal to those seeking like those high intensity workouts. If you're somebody that enjoys the HIIT workouts, probably not going to enjoy a yoga class because they're pretty different, very different paces, different types of workouts. So if it fits your style, then that's good. If not, then you may not enjoy doing this. And then another con is just the results time that it takes to get results. Physical changes are going to take way longer. I mean, yoga, it's a good workout, but you're not going to see a bunch of muscle improvements and things like that like you would from strength training or lifting weights. So it's just a different type of working out. Mostly people looking for different results. So you gotta find what you like. You gotta really base it off what your goals are, and then go from there. Number 5, outdoor workouts. I really like this one, and I wish we had more options for like outdoor workouts where I'm at. I wish we had a gym that had like an outdoor area. I really do, because I think it's just different. It changes it up. Um, and I think it's a good thing. So while you're working out outside, you can also get vitamin D. Get some sunshine, exposure to the sunlight. It's going to boost your mood, boost your energy levels, things like that. It's also good for a gym to have variety. So you have different spaces for different people to work out in. Some people may enjoy working out outside. Some people may not like it at all, so they'll work out inside. So it's good to have both. You can have two different atmospheres in the same gym. You can use those natural elements for diverse workouts. So I think that's cool. Gyms that have outdoor areas are pretty neat in my opinion. And I wish we had some, but it is what it is. And then also you have community. You can join the local fitness groups for social interactions. A lot of people now are getting together to do not workout like fitness workouts, but like running, cycling, things like that. You get together and do that outside. So that's good too. There's a lot of running groups nowadays that you can find on Facebook in your local area. Get together with people and do that if that's your thing, if you like running. Some cons to this is weather. Obviously, if it's raining, you're not going to be able to use it. You're not going to be work out. It can also ruin your equipment. So your equipment may rust and wear over time quicker than it would inside. So that's another problem. You may have to get like specific outdoor equipment, which I would highly suggest if you're going to do that. Get specific outdoor equipment for the outdoor area, which means it's probably going to be more expensive. So you got to think about that too when it comes to having a workout space outside. But I think outside workouts are cool. I would enjoy working out more if I could, but I don't really have the availability. When I work out in my gym at home, I like to open up the garage doors. I open up both doors, and I will take the bar way outside of my garage sometimes just to work out on the driveway, just to change it up, get a different view, different vibe, get some vitamin D. I like to do lunges down the driveway, so I like to change it up every now and then. Number 7, group fitness classes. So we've kind of touched on these a little bit with the online classes and the Pilates and things, but group fitness, I just mean like any other kind, like body pump, cycling classes, things like this. They're good for motivation. You can feed off the energy of the other people in the room, and you can really feed off the energy of the coach. So 99% of these coaches are very high energy. They're going to pump you up. They're going to get you going, motivate you. So they're good because they push you. And I always say, get you a buddy, a workout buddy. So you can push your workout buddy. They can push you, vice versa. So I think group classes are good for motivation. It don't suck as bad when you know that you're doing it with somebody than if you was just doing it alone. I know it's a lot worse if you just doing it alone. It's also has an accountability factor. So if you have that workout buddy with you, y'all can hold each other accountable. And these classes have set schedules. So you got to be at the gym at that time on that day so you can be at the class. So this is going to hold you accountable to a certain time. It's going to hold you accountable to working out, which it encourages that consistency, which is big. You want to have consistency when it comes to your fitness journey. So it's good to hold you accountable when you have a set time that you have to be at the gym because that's when the class is. And also just getting that social connection, being in there with other people, y'all working out together, suffering together, enjoying the workout together. It's fun to have friends in there or other just people in there. Y'all can all kind of vibe off each other a little bit. So it's a good atmosphere, and I actually really enjoy spin classes. I've done a couple myself, and they're pretty fun. They're pretty encouraging. Some cons of group fitness classes is scheduling conflicts. So this is a good and a bad thing because yeah, it holds you accountable for schedules, but it also can be a conflict because you may have something at that time every day or something come up that day at that time and you miss it. So there could be a con if you can't go at that time, or if that's the only time they offer that class, then you just can't go. I mean, it's a bad thing in that sense. So you may have to find something else. You may have to find a different workout, different class, something like that. So it could be a conflict. And then another one could be crowded spaces. I know this is not a problem in the gym that I work out in, just because there's not very many people that work out at the gym I do. But I know some gyms are crowded, like in bigger cities and things. So crowded classes or spaces could be an issue in some gyms. So very busy classes, or they may even sell out. You may not even be able to go to the class because there's too many people, or if it's a spin class, it may not have any bikes left or something like that. So that could be a problem. You may want to get there early if you know your gym's packed or the classes are packed. You may want to get there early to make sure you get a spot. So that could be a negative to a group fitness class. It may max out eventually, and everybody may not be able to enjoy the workout. Fitness trend number 8: recovery and regeneration practices. So this is huge. How many of y'all have seen the ice bath kind of, I don't even know what you call it, the ice bath connoisseurs or trend going on? I know y'all seen it all over TikTok and stuff. There's ice baths everywhere. Everybody's doing them nowadays. I actually did them a lot myself when I was doing my Ironman training, and honestly, they're pretty nice. When you go for a 6-hour long bike ride and then you come home and jump in an ice bath, it feels good. I ain't gonna lie. But y'all seen the craze all over the internet for the ice baths. So they're good for injury prevention. Obviously, they reduce muscle soreness and they improve your flexibility. That's good. Uh, they're good for stress relief. They enhance that mental well-being through relaxation techniques. So it's almost kind of like a form of meditation. When you get in the ice bath, you kind of just in there by yourself, trying to stay calm, trying to breathe. It can be stress relieving. And of course, improved performance. So aid in faster recovery for intense workouts. This was huge in my Ironman training because I was destroying my body. I was working out 7 days a week. 5 of those days I was working out twice a day. And on the weekends, I was working out probably close to 10 hours on the weekends total. So I was destroying my body. So I needed faster recovery. I needed this aid in performance. So it's huge for that. It's good for recovery. And it's just good for like your overall mental well-being, mental state. If you say you did an ice bath in the morning, and if you get up and you do something that absolutely sucks in the morning, then the rest of your day is gonna be a breeze. It's gonna be easy. The rest of your day you're gonna be chilling because you got up and jumped in a cold bath, freezing ice bath in the morning. So like after that, ain't nothing gonna phase you throughout the rest of the day because you literally did something hard from the get go. Like it ain't gonna get no harder. So that's why I like ice baths. I'm actually trying to get me one. A real ice bath that you don't have to put ice in, like one that stays cold with a chiller. I'm about to get me one. I'm working on that. So I can, my goal is I want to just wake up and jump in it in the morning before I get up and go to the gym. Cause I just think it'd be good to get me started, get my day started. Number 9, nutrition focused fitness plans. This is huge. I think people should start doing this more often. I think people need to stop worrying so much about the gym and working out. And this is coming from me, someone that loves the gym, loves working out. People need to start focusing more on the nutrition and stop focusing so much on their workouts, on the gym. Because your gym, honestly, your nutrition to gym ratio is probably like 80 to 20. Like if your diet is probably 80% of your fitness journey and 20% working out or something close to that. You can literally start losing weight today simply by changing your diet. You don't have to step foot in a gym, not 1 foot. You don't have to walk 1 mile on a treadmill. If you change up your diet, you're going to lose weight, period. If you're eating 3,000 calories a day, start eating 2,700 calories a day, and you're going to lose weight. It's that simple. So people need to start focusing on their nutrition. Like literally, nutrition comes first in a fitness journey. Even if you're trying to build muscle, still you need to eat more food. You're never going to gain weight if you're not eating more calories. If you're not in a calorie surplus, you're not going to gain weight. So your nutrition comes first. The pros, if you can combine fitness and nutrition, it's going to give you overall optimal health. Not just training, not just nutrition. Combine them both. Another pro for nutrition is it's customizable. You don't have to eat the same thing everybody else is eating. You don't have to eat things that you don't like. You don't have to eat things because somebody else told you this is the diet you need to follow. You can follow your own diet as long as it's well balanced. You're eating whole foods, not eating a bunch of sugar, processed foods, junk. You know what's good and what's not good. So you can customize it to yourself. There's not a certain food that you have to eat. So, and there's not foods that you don't have to eat. Like you can still have a dessert every now and then. You can enjoy the ice cream every now and then. You can customize it to fit you and your likings. And the last pro is just sustainable results, long-term changes in body composition and energy levels. This is mainly going to come from your diet. If you never change your diet, you're never going to see long-term results. Yeah, you may start working out and lose a bunch of weight up front, but if you never change your diet, you're going to hit a plateau eventually. You're not going to be able to keep losing weight. So you gotta look at what you're eating. Look at what you're putting in your body. Look at how you're fueling your body, because food is fuel. Look at how you're fueling your body. This is gonna provide energy for you. It's gonna get you through your workouts, things like that. So the biggest con when it comes to nutrition-based fitness plans is just the education required. Fitness can get very, very technical. There's a lot of understanding that goes into nutrition. Like you got to know what each food is, what nutrients are in each food, what's good, what's bad. There's a lot. There's a ton of foods, and I'm still learning today. It's something you'll never learn everything. But for the most part, there's a lot of rules that you can follow to help you stick to this the best as possible. One rule: eat whole foods. Whole foods are things that have one ingredient. So meats, vegetables, rice, grains, things like that. It has one ingredient. It hasn't been processed. So that's one good rule. Another good rule: don't eat anything with not anything, but don't eat anything with added sugars in it. I mean, that's an easy one to stay away from. And then another good rule of thumb is don't eat anything that has a long shelf life. So if the expiration date is a year, 2 years away, it's probably not something you should be eating. Because if you think about most whole foods, they're going to expire pretty quick. Meat's going to expire pretty quick. Vegetables going to expire pretty quick. Like things that are in the inside aisles of the grocery store that are in a box or in a wrapper that have a long shelf life, it's probably not something that's in your best interest. I'm not saying you can't eat those things. You can, but just you got to have a good balance of them. Number 10, and the last one, body weight training. I think the internet has made body weight training cool again. So you see a lot of calisthenics online nowadays, or at least I do, because I watch a bunch of fitness stuff. But you see all the dudes doing pull-ups, doing different like little routines on the pull-up bar, doing all kinds of crazy muscle-ups and things like that, which I think is cool. Those dudes have stupid upper body strength. Like they're super strong. They may not be the biggest guys. They're probably going to be smaller. The people that do the calisthenics and stuff, they're normally smaller guys, but they're stupid strong. Like way stronger than they should be for their size, which I think is very impressive what they do. So a good pro for bodyweight exercises is just accessibility. You can do it anywhere. You don't need no equipment. All you need is your body. You can literally do a good full body workout with nothing but your body. You don't need no equipment. You don't need no gym membership. You literally can do it on the ground outside in your yard or in your living room. It don't take much. Another pro is very convenient. Again, it's convenient. You don't need any equipment, so you can do any exercise anywhere, anytime, whenever you want to do it. And you can do as many exercises as you want. And next is the versatility of it. So you can target various muscle groups with bodyweight exercise. Literally, pretty much every muscle on your body, there's some kind of bodyweight exercise you can do. So it's very versatile. Some cons: there's a huge plateau potential when it comes to bodyweight exercises. Because when it comes to fitness, to see continuous results, you got to have progressive overload. Well, when your body weight, it's only going to be so much weight. Like you're not going to be able to overload that weight. I mean, yeah, you can change up your reps and sets and things, but eventually you're going to hit a plateau because you're only using your body weight. Eventually, you're going to need to use some more weight. That's why lifting weights is big, because you can add weight to the bar. You can add weights on the dumbbells. But when you're using body weight, you can't add any more weight. I mean, unless you bring in other things like a weight vest or weight plates or things like that. But eventually you're going to hit a plateau just using your body weight. So it's difficult to increase that resistance over time. Yeah, you could physically put on more weight. You could eat more food and things like that. And you will put on a little weight from building muscle. But you're getting stronger at the same time. So it kind of balances itself out. So yeah, you will potentially hit a plateau. And then just progression challenges. So there's limited options for advanced lifters doing body weight exercises. You're going to run out of workouts to do eventually. They're very good just to get started with. For beginners, I would suggest starting here at body weight exercises. But I mean, once you do it for so many years, you're gonna get bored. You're gonna run out of things to do. You're gonna master every lift because there's not as many things you can do body weight wise. Yeah, it can get you a good base. It can get you started going on the right track, but it's gonna be hard to progress over time. So there you have it. That is 10 of my favorite fitness trends, or top 10 fitness trends for the year of 2024. I know we're just getting started, so that's what I see now. So I'm curious to see how these trends change over the year, what new trends we're going to have, what kind of these trends kind of fall off. I made the prediction that I think the virtual fitness experiences, trend number one, I think these are going to start to fall off in 2024. Not because I think like the internet's going, not because I just think it's going to fall off because people are going to want that in-person experience. They're going to want to start having that community, that atmosphere. But I still think they're going to be huge. Like I still think it's going to be stuff that people do and participate in. I just don't think it's going to be as popular as it was like around that COVID time. It kind of had a big boom then, and I think it's starting to level out now, starting to go back down to where it used to be. So yeah, y'all let me know in the comments, what's y'all's favorite fitness trend that we talked about today, or what are some fitness trends that I left out? What are some that I didn't add into this list? Or what do y'all, let me know your prediction. What do you think is going to be a fitness trend for 2024? What do y'all see? One that I'm going to be participating in is probably the ice baths. Like I mentioned, I want to get me a real ice bath so I can start doing that. But yeah, hope y'all had a great week last week. Hope y'all going to start working on your goals again in February. Hey, if you fell off towards the end of January on your New Year's resolution, guess what? The year's just getting started. You can start back February 1st. Actually, you ain't got to start back February 1st. Start today. Start in the morning, whenever. Get back on your goals. Just make a little bit of progress at a time. You ain't got to completely stop because you missed a day or you missed a week or you even missed a month. Guess what? You can get right back on it next month. So y'all do that. But yeah, until next week, y'all tune in. Follow the YouTube channel, the Fitness Beginner Podcast. I'm posting short clips of the podcast on there now, and I'm posting the full episode on my YouTube, the Fitness Beginner Podcast YouTube channel. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast at. Leave a review, 5 stars. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Tune in next week for another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. Peace, love, protein. We out.